wrestling silly bits too. Having a blast bringing our show to you. They rant, they rave, they won't behave. Wrestling fans, come out your cave. It's time to BS and misbehave. Talking wrestling, time to go. Ring the bell and start the show. Talking wrestling, time to go. Ring the bell and start the show.
Hello, and welcome in for another edition of Talking Wrestling. I'm Pondwater Dave. Join with me, as always, the First Lady of the Arn Anderson Fan Club, Miss Amy Vaughn.
How's it going?
Oh, if I got any better, it had to be twins just so I could stand it.
Ooh, that's a pretty awesome stance. What
happened?
Had
my mom at the house with me for the last week and got to visit with her. Hadn't seen her in a long time.
Oh, that's so
She drove
now, where
in.
Is your mom from Texas? Does she live in Texas?
Yeah, she lives in Kyle, which is down around Austin.
Good day, Ben.
Morning, Ben Jones.
Ben had a fabulous time at the WWE show. He posted pictures. I'm so glad you got to go.
Yeah, it didn't look too good for him at first, and then all of a sudden I looked up and he was going, and I was so excited for him.
Me too. It's like, especially since that was where he lives, his Perth. So it's like, man, you gotta go.
Yeah, they don't get
so
down there
happy
a lot.
You got to go.
But you know, I think they're gonna
changing. Yeah, I was gonna say that's changing, isn't it?
They're gonna go to Australia more than they're gonna come to Jackson, Mississippi.
Very true. Probably ain't ever gonna see them in Mayfield, Kentucky. That's okay.
We were a C town, and I don't think they're doing C towns anymore.
Yeah, the closest, they used to do house shows in Cape Girardeau, which is about 90 minutes away. And those were the best. We used to go to them, and any house show, if you've ever been to a house show, a WWE house show, it's real loose and everybody's, it's just really close. And yeah, we got a sign. I have a sign over here. It's probably, out of everything I have, it probably is the most prized possession, but Aaron, we bought tickets for Aaron. This is like that 3-month span when Aaron was interested in wrestling. Aaron's my son. So we got him tickets for his birthday. Of course, again, if you know, Aaron's birthday is Christmas Eve. So, these tickets were for January 5th. So we made him a sign, and it says, "I'm here for my birthday, please sign." And pretty much everybody on the babyface side signed it. It's got Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Sasha and Bailey. I have it on the back who all signed it, because there's just Paige wished him happy birthday, even though she was a bad girl at that time. And so it was just, again, it's just, I've got like 18 signatures.
Those kids never forget that.
No, he loved it.
Maddie and Patrick are all. The times that we took them one time, and we would sit on the risers just at the ringside section, and we would sit on the risers just so we could see over everybody's head. Mm-hmm. We were down like on the front row of the risers, and I can't remember the fella's name. He got to host Raw for a minute. He got called up, but he used to MC the house shows. He came and got Maddie and let her play a game at intermission.
Aaron got to play a game too, because it was his birthday, like you said.
Impersonate a superstar?
No, it was, you just had to answer these questions. And he told Aaron the answer, like real simple. But he got a Roman Reigns, and he got a shirt. He got a Roman Reigns and a Seth Rollins signed, poster or whatever. But I remember one time Aaron, it's whenever the New Day were like, they came in. Again, we would get seats on where they came down the aisle. And I remember Aaron yelling out to Big E, "Where do I get Bootios?" And Big E turned around and said, "Go to FYE." And that's exactly where we found. It was just so funny, because again, you're not going to get that at a regular, you're just not going to get that kind of interaction.
And you'll see personality like Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan, if I said, if we could see this character on television, they don't let them be on television, but they let them be in house shows. And
Right.
but let me go back and tell you about this game.
Yes,
So we're
yes,
walking.
yes.
So I'm walking with Maddie up there to the stage, to the entrance stage where they did this, and it was her against two grown ass men doing impersonations of WWE superstars. So the one guy, I told Maddie, I said, what I want you to do, baby, is just tell her when they say, I'm Bailey and I'm a hugger, and then hug him. So we get up there, and one guy, he does Macho Man, and he does a good job. I mean, anybody can go, oh, yeah, and do Macho Man. And then the other guy did Hogan. And here's the moment. And she goes, I'm Bailey and I'm a hugger. And she hugged him. And Maddie was, I mean, this has been several years ago. Cute little girl.
Yes. Yes.
And those two guys knew their ass was kicked. Papa taught her how to work.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
So then at the end of that night, they go, hey, Papa, do you think next time we can sit down there about the front row? Then I checked on it, and front row tickets came with the backstage experience, and I couldn't afford them. But fortunately for me, I know people, and we got the hookup, and we were on the second row. And so my grandkids thought Papa was cool, but I actually, and then they were getting selfies with Braun Strowman, and all the wrestlers would come around, they'd take selfies with them. And then, of course, the last time we went, Cody made it a point to come by and say hi.
Oh, awesome.
I mean, and they thought we were getting kicked out because security came and got us.
Oh.
But Cody had sent them to get us because he didn't want to miss us.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, Conrad texted him our picture and told him where we were sitting.
Yes.
And Cody and he didn't just look down and talk to my grandson. He got down, looked him right in the eye, and just had a moment with him and talked and just had a conversation with Patrick, had a conversation with Maddie, talked to me for a second, and then hey, y'all like the show? How'd it go? Grabbed the phone, and he took the selfie of us. And
you want him to be a heel, like you know.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I just, why do you want that for him?
No, I understand why he's not.
Yes.
But you have to understand that he is Homelander. I mean, watch the boys. Homelander in public is kissing babies and everything else, and then when they're not looking, Cody would be so good at it.
But you're saying Cody is fake? It's surely not.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just saying that, you know, Cody, I think, and Cody says that he can't even imagine being a heel.
I can't. I mean
really, and you can't turn him now because.
No, I don't.
I mean, even if he may go through that valley like Cena did, where nothing he can do is right, and everybody's going to organically boo him just because they get tired of it.
Right.
It'll always come back around. But even during that whole time that everybody was, you know, John Cena sucks. He was still doing all the Make-A-Wish stuff, and he was doing all the stuff with the kids. And for that reason, they're never going to turn Cody. I mean,
no, yes. I have seen the boys. It's pretty gory. Like I can't watch a whole lot of that just because like it's just a lot of blood and guts, and like this one guy, like he shrank down, and him and his partner would do these things where they would like enter each other and like run up and down their colon, and then he got big, so he split his partner in half. It was disgusting. Just all that. Ugh, I don't like all that. What'd you put up? I didn't mean to.
I was trying to figure.
Okay. So
we got spam in the comments, and I was trying to remove it.
I like that. Darn it, he played McCoy in Star. What's his name?
DeForest Kelly.
No. The guy in the. Boys.
The new ones. I could have told you his name. It's right on tip of my tongue.
Kean. It's Urban, right?
Urban. I know who you're talking about.
I like.
Because he played McCoy, and he played.
Let me look him up.
Yeah, it's going to bother me now,
doesn't it? I know, like Keith.
It's not Keith Urban. It's
Oh no, that's true. Now that you say it out loud, I understand why that went together.
Yeah. While you're looking that up, Amy, let's take the opportunity to tell everybody this episode of Talking Wrestling is fueled by Dubby, the drink that hits harder than a chair shot, but without the crash after the 3 count. Whether you're calling matches, calling bets, or just trying to stay awake after binge watching wrestling all night, Dubby's got your back. It's packed with vitamins, amino acids, and nootropics. No sugar, no jitters, no nonsense. Just smooth, clean energy that'll keep you focused from bell to bell. And because Dubby's made right here in the US of A, in an FDA-inspected, GMP-certified facility, you know it's the real deal, not some mystery powder from parts unknown. So grab you a tub of Dubby at w.gg. Use promo code Rasslin, Rasslin. That's Rasslin. And save 10% while you fill up for your next match, the show, or the grind. That's w.gg, promo code Rasslin. Stay sharp, stay hyped, and stay W'd up, brother.
It's Carl.
Carl.
We were on the right track. It's Karl.
Yeah.
And he's from New Zealand, and he sounds sexy. So I like listening to him on The Boys, even though he's saying dirty words.
Yeah. Let's go to the chat. Welcome in Willie Thornbrew. T-Weaves here. Coach Keith Morrison. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us tonight because we're going to talk a little wrestling, Amy.
We are. You
want to start off? You want to start off with before we start talking about what's going on in the world of televised professional wrestling? Let's hit the indies.
Okay.
And let me tell you about Bayou Independent Wrestling from Brookhaven, Mississippi this past weekend. That's not it. There it is. Taste of Mayhem. Taste of Mayhem at the Lincoln Civic Center. I got to referee this particular match. Ryan Davidson was in to take on Alex Arsenal.
Now, I don't know if I'm familiar with Ryan Davidson.
You need to go look him up. He is killing it in Japan. He wrestles at the Reality of Wrestling. He's been around. Fun fact about Ryan Davidson. The first match I ever refereed was Ryan Davidson versus Michael Faith.
Okay, I feel like maybe I've heard.
I've mentioned it before because I refereed for him in Spring Hill a few months ago.
Okay, yeah, I do remember you saying that, and I mean,
yeah, and it was always good to see him. Man, the dude is so incredible, and Alex Arsenal is riding the wave of. He's turned fan favorite. He's sorry for his ways. He's trying to win fans over, and Alex Arsenal got the win over Ryan Davidson.
Good for him. Alex also has a fun Facebook page. Maybe just the females out there might enjoy more, but he posts a lot of fun pictures. He does a lot of I guess he was in a movie recently, wasn't he?
He's been in movies. He's been in print ad. He's he's out there killing it. I mean, the dude, he looks like $1 million.
100%. He does.
Steve Anthony versus Hunter Law. It was a classic match. Steve Anthony showed everybody why he's the best in the South by most. Steve Anthony went over Hunter Law. Man, Hunter Law he's this close. I mean, he's killing it. He just unfortunately ran up against Steve Anthony.
He was in the tournament, right? Was he? He was
he was in the Down to the Bayou tournament, but
I thought so.
Hunter Law, he spent some time in Florida training with Jay Lethal, and he's a completely different wrestler than I expect big things out of Hunter Law going forward.
Awesome.
London Dior came in and against former champion Cassandra Golden. Cassandra got the win on that one. We hadn't seen London Dior. Hopefully we'll see her again. She's super talented.
I was going to say, Cassandra Golden, is she trying for the belt? Is she looking for a rematch? Or
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
She's keeping that win column up. The BIW tag team title, Brittany Lynn, who was the former manager of Frankie Thomas. She's the acting commissioner for BIW in Professor Nick Harrison's absence.
And his ex-wife, Frankie Thompson. Make sure
Yeah.
you put that in too, because that
she's
that changes some things up.
she's trying to make his life miserable.
As any good ex-wife would do. No. Sorry. King.
They put the title on the line. Hate City retained their titles.
Did they win it?
Everybody
straight up?
thought, and Brittany teased that she was going to turn on them.
Oh.
And this is, I saw, now I watched the match. The match is on YouTube. 318 put it up. Sam does a great job getting those matches posted, as does Newt Cox puts them online as well. Frankie scooped up Eddie Martinez, and as he turned, I got hit in the eye with his ankle. And I went down because I couldn't see. And it hurt like hell. Anyway, while I was down, Brittany got in the ring with the belt and gave it to Frankie.
Oh.
And when Frankie turned to use it, she dropped down and she gave him a nut shot. So that all happened behind my back.
So he had the belt in his hands.
Yeah, she made him think that she was on his side. He turned his back to her. She gave him a nut shot. They did. They went and made the cover, and but I was down and I wasn't able to count it because But Eddie came over, checked on me. Nate jumps in, gave Frankie a super kick. They do something else to him. I turn around. They make the cover. 1, 2. I barely could stop my hand from hitting the mat because Frankie got his foot on the rope. Frankie got his foot on the rope, and then West jumped in and did something, and then Frankie got the pin. But the cheating behind my back was Brittany helping them. It wasn't them. I mean, it just. But unfortunately, I don't know if they would have kicked out on. I'm just saying that I missed one of their pin attempts because I couldn't see.
Well, no, if you can't see, it's not good.
Anyway, we'll go to the next match for the Southern Championship, the BIW Southern Championship. Caleb Conley came in, and he got the win over Ray Fury.
Now, this Ray Fury, he won the tournament,
he
right?
Won the Down in the Bayou tournament,
which gave him
the title shot. Caleb Conley was
interesting,
particularly chippy, if that makes sense. His intensity level, I've told you that his intensity level is off the chain. Anyway,
right? Yeah,
he's one of the most intense people I've been in the ring with. Him and Steve Anthony are two sides of the same coin. I mean, they're very, very intense competitors, but it's like he took this challenge personally. And I mean, when I went to hold the belt up, he shoved me and snatched the belt out of my hand and tried to attack Fury before the bell with the belt.
Well, goodness.
Yeah. He called him Ray Uso. He talked straight up trash to him the entire match. I mean, he was a man on a mission.
Well, Ray Fury's a favorite, so I'm sure that he really had to get him off his game, because I'm sure Ray Fury was getting the feelings of the cheers and the chants, and so I'm sure Caleb had to he had to forward that somehow.
Yeah, he was willing to do anything to beat Ray Fury, and he did something I hadn't seen anybody. I've never seen anybody do this. Fury hit the froggy. He hit that froggy elbow. Caleb kicked out on 2. Not 2.5, not 2 3/4. Like, he kicked out on 2. And I'm just like, I mean, when he did it, I was like, what? And I looked at Fury. Fury's looking at me. And I'm like, Yeah, I don't know either. He kicked out. And I mean, it wasn't even close. So everybody can say that. I mean, there's a few people in the crowd, they like to say, that was 3, Dave. That was 3. No, it was 2. It
I
was
love
2.
that.
And some people say I count slow. I count consistent. I got one speed, and it's called old.
They
I
say
don't
you
speed
count
it up. I
slow.
don't slow it down.
Right. I'd rather
I mean,
have a
I hit it with the
consistent
gusto every
rep.
time. But Caleb Conley kicked out, and Caleb Conley won the match. And after the match, he attacked Fury, tried to rip his mask off. Like he ripped his eye hole open.
Oh no.
I mean, yeah, I thought I was ready to take my shirt off to cover Fury's head if I had to. Because I thought because I couldn't get him to stop. And then Alex Arsenal came out. And he made the save. And Conley was furious that Alex got into his business and warned him to back off. And Alex showed no desire to do that. And he was talking about it. Arsenal was in the match where Caleb won the championship.
Right.
Because it was a 3-way.
Yes.
And Caleb showed up late.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, and you might even say that, he cherry picked the championship because Alex Arsenal been in there with Bam Bam doing the work. So Alex wants a title shot. And if Alex can beat Barrett Brown this weekend, then he can have the title shot at West Monroe.
Ooh.
But if he doesn't, then Caleb can defend it against whoever he wants to.
Man.
But Caleb's attitude was extremely, he was intense, and he's on tour this week with the ICP. He wrestles for the Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
I know he was in Reno, but they're doing a nationwide tour. He's on tour this week.
Awesome. We saw him when we went to the gathering, Caleb Conley. And, Barrett Brown is, he's not a slouch. Like, that's not a given that Alex Arsenal is going to beat him and be able to, go for the title. So, that's some competition in itself right there. So we'll have to see how this all goes.
Yeah. So this Saturday, Bayou Independent Wrestling and Frogs Liquidation presents Rush the Limit.
Mackenzie.
Yeah, I know. I hate that I'm not booked Saturday. I'm not booked on this. So, but the new champion, Killer Kate, is going to defend against Mackenzie Morgan.
Yay! I'm sorry.
We love Mackenzie.
Yes, I'm so happy for her. That's awesome that she's getting to do that.
I wish I could be there.
We've had Mackenzie on our show too. If anybody wants to go back,
we had Mackenzie at Top Guy Weekend last year.
No,
year before.
No, it was Top Guy Rumble.
Yeah, Top Guy Rumble. We had her in Huntsville.
Yes, this past year.
Yeah. Haas Holding. Haas is he calls himself wrestling's grandpa. Haas is in his 60s.
Damn.
You can't tell when he gets in that ring. And he's going against Frankie Thomas. Going against Frankie Thomas. We were talking about Top Guy Weekend, so I was thinking Thompson. Barrett Brown and Alex Arsenal.
It's going to be a great match. Not going to be easy at all.
This is a non-title. No, Barrett's not champion anymore. Bam's champion.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially if Barrett's not going to take it too nicely that he's kind of a stepping stone,
Yeah, he lost that title to Bam. He's not going to, he's going to be slightly pissed. And this may not be good for Arsenal. Barrett's nobody's stepping stone.
No, yeah, I don't want to be. Yeah, he definitely is not.
This ought to be a really good match. And the Deep South Heritage Championships on the line as Bam Bam Malone defends against Diego Rene. Really enjoyed Diego Rene's work is really good. I got to referee for him the last time we were in Spring Hill.
Is he from Texas? Where's
he's
he from?
a Texas guy. He is.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
he wrestles down there with Nathan down at Dog Pound.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have Rook Tyler and Geo Savage. Against Cold World. Code Word. Well, how do they say that? WRLD? Cold World. I don't know.
I don't know. Cold World.
Those, yeah.
We're just going to go with that.
Yeah. So if you're there anywhere near Spring Hill, Louisiana, Bayou Independent Wrestling puts on a great event every time.
Exactly. And ask Cold World, why is the O not there? What's the deal with that? Just so we all know.
Well, I mean,
inquiry minds want to know, Dave.
I got you. I got you. Some interesting things going on in the world of wrestling this week. Seth Rollins is hurt.
Yep.
And you ask yourself, is he really hurt?
Yeah,
because last time they said he was hurt, he wasn't.
Yeah.
But I believe he really is this time. He did that coast to coast on Cody.
Mm-hmm.
It was a diving headbutt. Apparently, he's torn his rotator cuff. He had to vacate the championship.
And he got beat up by the other guy, right?
Yeah. And his partners turned on him too.
Do you think that's because of the injury? Or do you really think that was part of the plan all along?
Well,
sped up maybe.
Yeah, they sped it up, I'm sure, because he came out and he started talking about that he did this and he did that and he didn't need nobody, and they showed him.
Right.
Them boys didn't take too kindly to it. So they held the title up. They had a battle royal on Raw Monday night. The winner of the battle royal to face CM Punk at Saturday night's main event to determine the new world heavyweight champion. We have Jey Uso, who eliminated his brother. His brother took 2 bullets for him in that match, and he still threw his brother out. And he's going to face CM Punk. This is interesting because there's lots of talk that
dead joke.
Okay. So anyway, CM Punk, there's talk that is Jimmy going to come out and cost Jay? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that's the way we're going. I think it's the way you're supposed to think. But I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the night if CM Punk's not standing with the Vision.
Ooh.
I think CM Punk is going. I think them boys are going to win the title. They're going to beat Jay. I think they're going to put that belt on CM Punk, and he's going to be in the Vision with the bronze.
And Paul Heyman. What if it's Brock? No, I'm with you. I think CM Punk's going to win. I mean, I hope so. The guy has had the title twice and taken away.
There's 2 ways you can look at it. Because the Bronze were not allowed to be in the Battle Royal.
Right.
Adam Pearce came out and said, hey, give me they had the belt.
Mm-hmm.
Braun Breaker had the belt. He said, give me the belt. Braun didn't want to do it. Braun made him say, please.
Oh.
So then Adam Pearce, okay, that's how we're going to do it. He told Heyman, your boys aren't going to be in the Battle Royal.
Mm-hmm.
And he told Paul, he said, say please. So Paul said please, and he still told him no.
I love it.
So those boys could come out and destroy both these men.
Mm-hmm.
Forcing a 4-way for it, maybe. Maybe they can't have it. Nobody can. But I think that CM Punk could fill the prominent heel void left by, because Seth Rollins was on fire.
Mm-hmm.
This is a horrible time for Seth Rollins to get hurt.
100%.
I mean, he is where his character was, where the story was. I mean, he had just beat Cody.
Definitely doing some great stuff. Was champion. Yeah.
So I think that if they could continue along that line, plus we got Survivor Series coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could put Punk and Brock and both the Bronze on a Survivor Series team.
Ooh,
against the Usos and I mean, there's ways to go.
Was Roman, who all was in this battle royal? Was Roman in the battle royal?
No.
I'm just trying to think of, okay.
No, El Grande Americano. They did a little neat spot where he loaded the mask and one of the Usos punched him and his hand hurt. The other Uso punched him and his hand hurt because he had the mask loaded. Then they just chunked him out.
I gotcha. Which Americano was it?
There's only one.
Oh,
No, it's the El Grande Americano, not one of the other two.
Okay. It was okay.
Yeah, the original El Grande Americano.
Okay. The original.
Yeah, the original.
That's good. Okay, I'm glad to know
anyway, I'm trying to think who else was in there. Sheamus was in there. Venti Macchiato.
Yeah, I forget he says that.
I think his rotator cuff's torn. I don't think we're going to see Seth for a long time.
What is that, like a 6 to 8 months? Is that what they usually say?
Yeah, it could go. I mean, depends on how bad his rotator cuff is.
Has he ever had is it always been his knees that have been injured? Has he ever had any shoulder?
Not that I'm aware of.
I can't remember. I'm just curious if he's going to, if this is going to be like the third or fourth, surgery on one part.
But hey, it was an innovative move. Nobody had ever seen the coast to coast headbutt like that.
We probably don't need to see it anymore, obviously.
Let's talk about Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch had lost a match last week to Maxine Dupree by count out.
Oh, that's right.
So Maxine got another title shot, and she looked like $1 million. Becky Lynch made Maxine Monday night. Maxine's best match that she's ever had.
Awesome.
Becky got herself disqualified.
Mm.
Becky got herself disqualified, so she kept the title. And but man, go out of your way to watch this match from Raw Monday night.
Good for Maxine. I'm sure she's putting in time and effort.
Natalya says that she's working out with Natty and TJ all the time.
I mean, that's wonderful.
At the dungeon, and she's worked very, very hard. And sometimes wrestlers are better. Alicia Fox is probably the best in-ring performer they had, that they ever used her that way. But she was always teaching the younger girls in the back.
Doing stuff.
I mean, Natalya's not presented to her full potential. Sometimes it just doesn't, the character doesn't work that way.
Well, and she's kind of found another outlet with the what is it?
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport, thank you.
Yeah,
and she's done very well in that,
Yeah, she wrestled in Mexico too. I mean, she's doing the Natty thing away here, and why they don't put Natty on television? They keep her as Natalya on television in WWE. I don't know, but I don't get it. But anyway, this was a great match. Props to Becky though, because she like I said, you go back in history and you look at the matches that a bigger star made, like Ric Flair made Sting.
Sure.
With the 45 minutes on the Superstation. I think Charlotte Flair made Bianca years ago in NXT. And that's when I think that put Bianca on another level.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this match on Monday night has changed the perception of Maxine in the ring.
Wonderful.
And
really good for her.
Yeah. And then Becky backstage sees Paul Heyman. And he's like, you can still be in the vision. It was just business what we did to Seth. And she said, "You penguin face prick."
Oh.
And she went off on him, said that Seth never trusted you anyway. I never trusted you. It's like this almost baby faced her, honestly.
Well, yeah.
But she let Heyman have it. And then she took to social media and did a video. She's got a problem with Jessica Carr.
Oh, interesting.
I have recovered the unedited footage, which clearly shows that I was attacked by a rogue bee at the end of the match. Oh, that was
bee?
Oh, that was when she that's when
what's her name?
I didn't read that. I was just looking for a picture of both of them. Basically, what happened was, my bad, y'all. I was in a hurry. I took a nap and waited the last minute to start downloading graphics. Basically, Becky cuts a promo on saying that Jessica Carr she's blaming Jessica Carr for it.
That's
her
hilarious.
loss. Now she blamed Jessica Carr here.
Mm-hmm.
So she's getting a problem with Jessica Carr. But for this match the other night, she was saying that Maxine was using closed fists and should have been disqualified. If you use a flurry of closed fists, I can count that. And as long as you stop before I get to 5, but I'm not disqualified. I mean, if I disqualified everybody that threw one closed fist,
right,
then that. Yeah, but that's what Becky's blaming. She's blaming the disqualification on Jessica, but she's saying that she should have been the winner because she was getting because Maxine was cheating, hitting her with closed fists. And basically, Jessica Carr said, funny that every time you lose, you got to call me out. And I have to think that maybe, just possibly maybe, they're leading to a Becky Lynch, Jessica Carr match. Because back in the day, people had problems with David Manning. Captain Frank Dusek had a match with David Manning.
Right.
Buddy Roberts had a match with David Manning. Because they start blaming David Manning for all of their losses. And so they were, like I said, so wrestlers end up getting physical with referees is not unheard of. And Jessica she's been wrestling under a mask in Evolve. And she was a wrestler before she became a referee. So I could see that maybe they bring her in to where she can actually wrestle, but the referee versus the wrestler, and Becky being the performer that she is going to put her over like $1 million and make her look better than she, Becky gets it. And Becky's doing that with the people that she's wrestling right now.
Right. And you kind of wonder, not like in a bad way, but like, is Becky, when is it going to be like, they have, Seth is injured right now. They have a child together. The child's growing up. Like, are they going to want to start? They're doing films. Like, is it where they don't
Becky's
have
on
to
the new
have,
Star Trek Starfleet Academy series that comes out in January.
right? Like she doesn't have a title. So like, is she going to start kind of limiting her appearances and just, like,
Well, she's got the Intercontinental title.
Oh, she does?
Yes.
Why did I think? Oh, okay. I don't
know if she's going to drop it to Maxine, because Maxine will get another title shot because Becky got herself intentionally disqualified. Becky said on not John Cena's, on Cody Rhodes' podcast that her little girl Rue keeps asking when she wants a little brother.
I better say
she's asking for a little brother, and she said, "Mom," and then she even hit her with the mommy. When you, how much longer before you've made enough money that we can have that I can have a little brother?
Oh my Lord!
You have to keep working because so the little girl's putting pressure on them to continue the family. So there's no telling, but Becky's in a good position right now, and she's making the younger talent that she's working with.
Right.
And speaking of younger talent, Sol Ruca.
Yay! I like her.
Sol Ruca is hurt. She hurt her knee.
Oh.
She was scheduled to defend the North American Championship at Halloween Havoc against Blake Monroe.
Oh, okay.
And will be unable to do so. But Zarya is going to defend the championship for her. So they didn't strip her of the championship. They just Zarya is going to defend the title for her.
Well, that's good. That means they don't think she'll be out that long. It's not detrimental. Like obviously if she was going to be out for 3-4 months, they'd have to probably take the title off of her.
Yeah, and maybe she turns heel on Zarya for losing the title to Blake. Because I don't see her beating Blake Monroe.
Well, or it's one of those things where, like, what we thought might happen with Roxanne Perez, and like when she stepped in with Judgment Day, is she going to come back and be like, "I've defended this belt 3 times, I've beat them, like why can't I?" Like there's could be some tension between them. So yeah, that'll be kind of fun to see how that goes.
All right, let's talk about Darby Allin and Jon Moxley? And does AEW go too far?
You know what I was thinking about this? Because I don't. What was this? This wasn't I Quit. What's I Quit?
This was an I Quit match.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I wanted to make sure.
This was an I Quit match. Which
is stupid, right? Because how Darby's never going to say I quit. So I don't even know why we're doing this.
Well,
right?
Here's another thing. You've scheduled this I Quit match. And here's my problem with it. First off, let me say that AEW does not market. They really don't market to children too much. The argument is that kids see this and do it at home. They've always have.
Yeah.
But this show, they don't do this on TNT.
Right.
They don't do this on TNT. Somebody had to pay $39.99 on HBO Max to watch this.
Right.
So I don't want to hear. I mean, yeah, if a kid sees this, if you're a parent, your kid didn't get to do this by themselves.
Right.
Now, I don't think AEW puts any kind of warning label on their programming. Hey, this is intended for, but the sickos and something. I mean, they're not WWE's for the kids. If you watch their episode with all the MJF with all the cussing and everything, I don't let my grandkids watch AEW when they're here because their parents wouldn't like that.
Right. Right.
They don't enjoy AEW like they do WWE.
Sure.
It's not for them. And it's not for me. There's things on there that I like. There's things on like this. I don't like this.
I agree. I don't care for it. It's weird.
Well, here's where I got a problem with it.
Okay.
Here's where I got a problem with it. For one, you got a 230-pound man against a 170-pound man.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, physically, he should be able to make Darby quit. I don't like running things up under the bamboo shoots up underneath his skewers up under his fingernails.
No,
Magnum TA and Tully Blanchard had an I Quit match.
Yes.
And the ending of the I Quit match, the only weapon they had in the ring was the cage was a weapon.
Right.
And a wooden chair that broke perfectly.
Right.
And even Tully says that they were going to use the chair, but for it to break as perfectly as it did to have like a steak, like a steak. But when Magnum put that steak to Tully's eye, you thought that Magnum was going to take Tully's eye if he didn't quit.
Right.
Now Tully just said yes. He never said I quit. But that was like you finally an I Quit match. Like maybe they get Moxley in a position where they're going to do something to Renee if he doesn't quit.
Right.
Or maybe Moxley does. They got Darby in a position to where something he cares about that you ultimately force him to quit because you're sacrificing yourself for somebody else.
Right, because he sacrifices himself every match. So that's what my problem with the I Quit. We see the stuff that Darby does, like it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
Claudio picked him up and threw it because he got attacked. I mean, he's fighting off 6 guys.
Right.
So they throw him perfectly, and he hits the announce table. At some point, the referee needs to step in that he's not able to finish, like Stone Cold and Brett. Mm-hmm. Stone Cold was unable to continue.
Right.
But they do all this, and he puts his head in the water and tries to drown, like he's going to drown him. That's not. Also, no, there's no blood. Everything they've done up to this point, how in the hell is the one time that you should bleed?
Right.
You're doing things to him to make him quit. You want him to quit. And if we haven't drawn blood on walking, I mean, they put more blood on the mat in a normal match than I give when I go give a pint.
Very true.
I mean, people that do blood drives weep over the amount of wasted blood in a Jon Moxley match. But because the Athletic Commission in Missouri, they didn't bleed. I don't know if somebody, I mean, you could have done a gimmick match between these two. We're like, hey, here's the deal. We're just going to have a wrestling match.
Right.
This rule, this rule, this rule. Because at this point, just a straight up wrestling match with enforceable rules is a gimmick match to these two guys. But this is what he wins the match with.
Right.
The Scorpion.
Yeah.
You beat him with the traditional wrestling hold. I mean, you didn't make him quit when you doused him with kerosene, hit him with baseball bat, all this other stuff. But you're going to throw your little 170-pound ass is going to sit down on him in a Scorpion, and that's going to get it done. Like, okay, and Bully Ray said that he never heard him quit. So I don't know if he actually said the words "I quit," but it wasn't mic'd in a way that anybody heard it because they weren't using the microphone.
Right. Yeah.
Sting comes out and helps him in Old Man Sting, and I'm not even saying it was a bad match. I'm just saying that it falls flat as an I Quit match because it doesn't have. They just didn't do the I Quit match right.
And I do think, like I said earlier, it should have been a last man standing or something like that. Because I don't feel like I never thought Darby would quit. Like I never thought it didn't matter because we see him throwing himself around all the time. That's not the right match for this. You know, I was thinking about like the bag over the head and the
I've never had a problem with the bag over the head.
Well,
when Terry Funk did it to Ric Flair years ago, I've never had a problem with it. I never understood why TBS had such a fit over it.
I think
back then.
I think we are okay with things being used around the ring.
Yeah.
It's almost like because I'm sitting there thinking, like, what's the difference between cracking someone over the head with a chair 17 times and putting a bag over his head, you know? But the chairs are around the ring and the tables are around the ring. And it just, there's something about.
You're suffocating me with a bag. Why can't I just reach up with my finger and poke a hole in the bag?
Well, yeah, but it's almost like it's more premeditated.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what people like get really weird about. Like, because you're not going to have a plastic bag sitting at ringside that you just, oh, he's beating on me. I'm going to grab this. And, you know, like, I don't know.
Now,
I'm just trying to figure out what not the problem, but again, I didn't think it should be an I Quit match. Like, that's really weird to have him in an I Quit match.
Yeah. Do I think AEW goes too far sometimes? Like setting him on fire, hitting him with flamethrower, dousing him with kerosene. The hypodermic needle in the jaw. Last year.
Yeah, dripping the blood
in his mouth. Yeah, that's too much for me.
Yes.
But again, it's on pay-per-view.
Right. Right.
And this is how this is, and I honestly think they limit themselves. Because right now, if they would do a traditional wrestling show, they don't have to be. Eric Bischoff is correct when he says you want to be better than, less than, or different than. You can be different than WWE, but right now, those greedy bastards have created an opportunity that AEW doesn't seem to care to try to fill.
True.
But I mean, they already draw C-Town crowds. they could hit all these C towns that are no longer getting live wrestling and build a very loyal fan base in doing so.
Well,
I mean, because
maybe we'll see TNA doing that.
Well, TNA's already doing it.
Well, but I mean, like you said, taking advantage is what I mean.
But I mean, I think that you've limited yourself with all this hardcore, and not every match is hardcore, but a lot of them are.
Right. And kind of like you said, I'm not going to tell AEW what they can and cannot do.
No.
I'm just saying, like, or put it out there that they're doing too much. I know, like, there's certain matches, just like the boys, like, there's certain scenes I'm like, oh, God, I don't want to watch this guy explode or whatever.
That's
me. You know, I wouldn't care. I didn't care for this. Like, obviously, I'm watching FTR. But
hey, and I like that they started on 0 Hour with the FTR match and finished it in the pay-per-view. Like they started the pay-per-view with action going on in the ring from 0 Hour.
That's kind of cool. Like, again, hopefully drawing people to say, hey, I want to see how this. And I think that shows the, what they think about FTR and who do they wrestle?
Speedball Bailey and
oh, that's right, Speedball Bailey and the other dude. The other dude. What's his name?
It was Jet Speed.
Jet Speed. Anyway, I think that shows how
Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey.
Kevin Knight. Okay. I think that kind of shows like maybe how they wanted to put them on, like they're wrestling together. They're hoping, obviously, they're going to draw people to want to see the rest of that match. So I think that was a pretty pat on the back for FTR.
Yeah, that's old school. So. I like that. And then we had Jamie Hayter against Thekla.
Yes. I like that too. This, like I said, not so much.
And Hayter gets the win, and we had Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks. Now, Amy, I've been a critic of the Young Bucks.
Yes, you have.
I have criticized them a lot. I love this. I love what they're doing with them. With them being broke.
Yes.
Like the entrance said that their transaction was denied. They were the $32.17 bucks. And then one of them, there was a guy that had signed and said he'd do a photo op for $20. So Nick Jackson goes over and to him to get the $20 and take the picture.
I think that's showing. I think that's really good of the Young Bucks, because I think there was a thought that they were executives, that they were going to win all the bet, like they were. And I think this is good. Yeah, this is good.
I think that I think that they're baby facing them along the way, because and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus win.
Sure.
They say there was a $500,000 was on the line.
Oh.
And they had like a bag of money. But after the match, the Don Callis family, Josh Alexander, Lance Archer, Mark Davis, they come out and they attack them. The Bucks walked out. Kenny Omega came out to make the save, wanted the Bucks to help him. I think they're putting the Bucks and Kenny Omega back together eventually. I think that it's all going to come around to the Bucks. They're working on the Bucks redemption. It's what I feel like.
And I'm not mad about that. I do think, like I said, I like the idea of them being kind of, I think fans will like it too. Like kind of like, oh, they are kind of losing and they're being not made fun of, but they are being brought down to where there was this idea that, maybe they were too big for their britches. How about that? Yeah.
They had a number one contenders match for the trios title.
Mm-hmm.
The Hurt Syndicate versus the Demand, which is Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona. It was a Texas Tornado match, so they were, everybody can be in the ring.
Who did Brodito? Who did they wrestle? I can't remember.
Takeshita and Okada.
Oh, that's duh.
So the Hurt Syndicate wins.
Yeah, sorry.
The Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe.
Mm-hmm.
They told a story that Mark Briscoe never dies. It took him forever to beat him. Finally got a brain buster off top rope.
See, Mark Briscoe would be another one that I would say never put in an I Quit match. It ain't gonna happen. It's not.
Right.
It's not realistic. Him and Darby Allin, those two, like, don't put them in those. Not realistic.
Putting Darby Allin against grown ass men's not realistic.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, it's just like when we talked about with women.
It's just
like,
not believable to me. And guys, I'm not picking on Darby Allin. I weigh 170 pounds myself.
Right.
But you're telling me at 170 pounds, I can be the heavyweight champion of the world? And I don't know if Darby Allin can wrestle. I ain't seen him wrestle. All I see him do is run and sling himself around and do stuntman shit, which is good if he's making a living doing it. That's not. I had the same problem with Rey Mysterio being the heavyweight champion. You got to be a certain size to ride this ride. And it just.
I don't know. I feel like the way they did it with Ray, like, I do feel like it was realistic. Now, like, I mean, it wasn't like he held it for 8 years or anything crazy, but
it was as ridiculous as Floyd Mayweather beating the Big Show.
Well, I can't help that. I don't know about all that, but
no, I'm saying that. But I'm 5'6", 170 pounds, and I feel like I probably feel like I could probably wrestle better than Darby. Now he's a big personality, and they love him, and it's going to be what I consider the low point for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship when he wins it. But that's where it's going. That's where I feel like it's going.
Could be.
But hey, that's their guy, and they love him. I just don't. I don't.
We started
it's not
this
personal. I don't want. I the things he does.
Right. We started this all when Nyla Rose got beat by Riho. I mean, we really did. And I'm not saying that Riho's not a good wrestler. I'm not saying anything about that. But you talk about really having to suspend some belief.
Oh, we didn't have a podcast when Tessa Blanchard beat Brian Cage.
Yeah.
I have never looked at Brian Cage and not thought that he got beat by Tessa Blanchard.
Well, I will buy that one way far sooner, but then I will buy Riho.
And I think Tessa Blanchard could probably whoop my ass.
Definitely.
So I'm just, but if
I understand what you're saying.
But if I was 6 inches taller and weighed another 200 pounds of solid muscle, no,
I agree. But like I said,
unless you got me down and the manager had the ref distracted and you hit me with the chloroform or something, but you just straight up beat me. I slipped on a banana pill and you were able to hold me down for 3 seconds. No,
you missed it. Did you think I did?
But that's just me. I saw you.
That's how you win.
Yeah.
Now that she might use that technique now. I don't know. We'll just see. But I agree.
And
you gotta have
you with this with a hot sports opinion. Oh, would you stop? Anyway, moving right along. Chris Statlander goes one-on-one with Toni Storm.
Retains her title?
Retains her title.
Clean? I didn't know. I didn't remember seeing this. I watched clips. I didn't watch it.
And then, of course, Mercedes comes out because that's where we're going.
Right. Well, of course, they were not going to let Mercedes take the belt off of Toni. You had to put it on a transitional champion. I mean, we talked about that way before, how we just never saw, for whatever reason, Mercedes Moné beating Toni for the title.
And I don't hate the belt collector gimmick. I mean, she won their 11th championship because the next match was the Open Challenge. Mina Shirakawa was the interim ROH television champion, even though they don't have television. She comes out. It's title versus title. Mercedes picks that championship up, and then she picked up another championship on the Indies. She's got 12 championships now. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it, but I do think it's interesting. She did not beat Athena for the title, right? Athena still has her title.
She hadn't challenged Athena for that title.
That's what I'm saying. They wrestled, but they didn't.
Athena was challenging her for the TNT, I believe.
Right. So,
TBS, I mean, whatever.
So Athena still has her title, and they had Tony. They had the title taken off her before Mercedes Moné. So again, there are two titles, big titles that Mercedes hasn't gone for. Will you answer Austin's? What's his? Are you ref 25? What does that mean?
No, I'm not reffing this weekend.
Oh.
I've got a prior engagement. I will not be reffing this weekend. The 25th is when they're.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got you. That's up to gosh. Can you believe that's this week?
Yeah.
October is over, basically.
Oh, I lost the whole week. I was thinking that Halloween was Friday. I thought Saturday was the first.
But seriously, like we are just slamming into Thanksgiving, Christmas. Like I already got my Christmas club money and everything. So
okay.
Sorry. Got distracted.
Brodito beats Takeshita and Okada.
Interesting.
But after the match, Okada delivered a Rainmaker to Takeshita. I'd like to remind everybody that Takeshita is the IWGP champion. He's the New Japan World Champion. And we know Okada is probably the greatest world champion that IWGP ever had, New Japan ever had.
But they can't beat Bandito, or what is it, Brodito? They couldn't beat Brodito.
Well, I think that I don't think they were on the same page through the match. I know at one point Okada was shooting a finger, and
how did they even get to be? How did this happen? I missed it. I missed somehow. How did those Okada and Takeshita be put together?
Don Callis family.
So Don Callis just got a tag title match, and he just put those two together.
I guess.
Is that kind of what happened? Okay. Well, I'm just asking.
I didn't go dig out. I dig to it. I mean, but I'm here for Okada and Takeshita. And then we got Hangman Page, the World Heavyweight Champion, against Samoa Joe. We know Samoa Joe has been helping him out. I mean, came to his rescue several times.
Yep.
Of course, Hangman takes 3 buckshot lariats to beat Joe. Insert joke here that Logan Paul probably would have got it done in 1, but Joe delivers a muscle buster to Page and left his teammates and security medics checking on Hangman. I love the Samoa Joe heel turn. To me, I don't even know that it's a heel turn because I like Samoa Joe.
Right. Well, I mean, again, Joe's going to kill you. That's what the people say.
Yeah, he's a much better heel than a face. I'm for this.
I don't even know if I'm like you. I don't think he was really ever a face. He was just doesn't put up with bullshit. And if you're beating a man up 4-1, you know what I mean? Like that's just kind of bullshit. I don't feel like he was like, I got to go help Hangman. Does that
going into this match? Going to this match, for one, I didn't think the Samoa Joe was going to win championship.
Right.
But I was pulling for Joe.
Heck yeah.
And half the crowd was too. And I don't know that bodes well for Hangman as the champion. It's supposed to be the face of your company.
Well, did I read somewhere?
But I don't think people are mad at Joe for turning on him.
No. I think they expect it. It's just like when Stone Cold.
Nobody saw it coming.
Everybody. You know
Nobody saw that coming.
What? Him
leaving Hangman laying after the match. You know, they shake hands and then he gets him.
Right.
Because it was kind of like, oh, Joe's getting a title shot. Where did that come from?
Right. Interesting. But I heard that Joe, after Joe's contract was up with AEW, he was retiring. Coach did. I bet you could probably, I mean, anytime anybody handshakes, right, in the ring, like you're always expecting.
Oh yeah.
Coach Keith, tell us what was the atmosphere in the stadium? Coach got to be there. He got to watch Wrestle Dream in person.
Yeah, because those guys, he was at Top Guy Weekend. And
I know. Yeah, I know. I missed it. I know you did too. A lot of stuff going on.
yeah, it broke my heart. They had the comedy show and RJ City and Harley Cameron were there and Eddie Kingston was there and
which Andrew, just go with it. Lord. Arena. Sorry. Arena is what I meant to say.
Arena's probably generous too, but
and I'm really sad. I'm more than likely. No, there ain't no more than likely. I am going to miss Top Guy Rumble because Aaron has a competition that weekend in Orlando. And I had a great time last year, and
I'm booked for Top Guy Rumble.
Ooh,
I don't know what's planned.
Yes.
But I was told today by Evan, oh yeah, you don't want to miss this.
Oh, don't say
because I had to pick my vacation time next week for next year.
Right. Oh, that sucks. But that's okay.
Austin says, do you think Chris Jericho will return to WWE after his contract up? Yes.
I do too.
Because Tony Khan's already said that. Tony Khan said on an interview that basically he's not re-signing Jericho when this is over with. They appreciate him. I mean, that they're not mad or anything, but they're not renewing him. So,
well, and I think Jericho wants to go into the Hall of Fame and deserves to go into the Hall of Fame, and that could be a real nice little, I think people would love to see him back in a very. I mean, depending on what he's going to do, I guess. I mean,
as recycle the list. Hey, he comes up. He comes. Not everything. He reinvents himself pretty regularly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if WWE wants him back though.
I think. Well,
look, Coach Key says, "Look, people can shit on AEW all they want. The crowd there on Saturday night was hot, and I really missed you guys." It's not a true Top Guy weekend without you guys there. Thank you for that, Coach. I don't think I'm shitting on AEW that much. I mean, I'm qualifying it with this. It's not. I know that it's not always for me, and I'm fixing it. And I know that this next thing I'm going to talk about. Tony Khan was on the radio in St. Louis, and Conrad was with him. They did an interview. And Conrad, when you go to St. Louis, you think about Harley Race.
Mm-hmm.
And Conrad said, hey, who in your locker room, who's your Harley Race? And why is it Jon Moxley? And in context.
Conrad said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in context, Conrad explained it today. He was telling JBL that did I set Tony Khan up for this? Because hey, I'm here to tell you in a loud and clear voice that, and not just Jon Moxley. I don't think Jon Moxley makes a pimple on Harley Race's ass. But I mean, if you ask me but as you asked the promoter that, and the promoter went with Moxley because that was in the main event. It makes sense because Tony Khan couldn't just say, hey, oh, no, he's not, but I mean, he could have also, I would have said Hangman Page would have been my Harley Race before I would have said Moxley was.
Why did Conrad say it like that?
Because he just was like, if you're promoting in a town.
Yeah.
And people are listening to the radio, so I like wrestling. I don't really know much about it. I know who Harley Race is. Maybe people would give it a try because they like wrestling. And
he thought that was the match that you wanted to watch Jon Moxley's match to see.
No, he was just saying that. And hey, Moxley's a former champ. I mean, he's multi-time champion. I'm not saying that. I mean, to me, I say that he's like the Carrot Top of AEW because he works with a lot of props.
He's definitely the most senior, like the biggest draw, I think. You know, name.
I just feel like he's always got to have a prop.
Well, yeah.
He's always got to have weapons, and it's just. But to me, if I was thinking about anybody on that roster that would be like Harley Race, I would go with Samoa Joe would have been. But when you hear a snippet of it, and I got triggered. I got triggered by it too, but when I know the context and I understand why, and nobody thinks that, no, don't think that, I mean, talent-wise, I mean.
And when you say like Harley Race, like what was Conrad alluding to? Like the name synonymous with AEW, you know, because like you said,
yeah, who's the Harley Race? He's just trying to like compare somebody. And Harley Race is the name recognition in that town. They were on an AM radio station in St. Louis.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like if you're thinking about like Harley Race was wrestling in St. Louis and Kansas City. And like it's kind of like how you might vaguely know about wrestling, but everybody knows Hulk Hogan. It was probably like that in that area with Harley Race.
And
I could see that comparison, you know, as in if you think AEW, I do think the biggest name, I guess you could say, is that you know, Jon Moxley.
Keith is saying it better than I am. He was trying to say that wasn't comparing him as the wrestler, he was comparing him as the leader in the locker room.
Right. Okay. And, like that's synonymous name kind of thing. Okay.
But Harley Race was a double tough cat, and Harley wasn't drowning nobody in an aquarium. He wasn't running bamboo shoots up underneath somebody's fingernails. Harley would kick your ass.
Right. And maybe it needed to be framed more. And again, that's going to
be. But the way that the snippet, when you get it out of context.
But you're saying there was no context.
The context.
What was the context?
The headline. Like he asked JBL, he said, who would you pick in another company? Who's WWE's Harley Race? But don't answer that, because then the headline will be that JBL says so and so, because then it's an out of context statement.
Right. But what I'm saying is that it might have been helpful for people to hear what exactly Conrad was saying.
But dirt sheet headlines don't do that.
Well, did he on the interview say, who is the Harley Race? And I mean, the leader of the locker room. Like, did he phrase it? So, I mean, I think that's part of the problem is that he just said, who's the Harley Race?
Thinking, he's saying that he set Tony Khan up there.
Yeah, he did.
He kind of set Tony Khan up because Tony Khan didn't have it. He couldn't shit on his main event. He's in studio trying to sell this main event. So he couldn't shit on the main event. He had to. I mean, he could have said, "Well, I think Hangman's more like him than Moxley," but that's not even much better. You can't compare. You do a disservice. Like Dominic is always compared to Eddie Guerrero,
right?
And they're not doing Dom any favors comparing him to Eddie. And luckily for Dom, right now he's hotter than hell, and he's kind of keeping up with it. But I mean, to these wrestlers, it's not fair. Like I do it all the time. I say Frankie Thomas reminds me of Buddy Roberts.
Right.
Frankie Thomas, and this is why. But you can't compare people. It creates unreal expectations when you compare people to the greatest of all time.
Definitely. But I think you need to put it in context too, because just like I'll ask you, or I have, in what way? And you will say, whatever, the way he comes off the ropes reminds me, whatever it is.
I got one that's going to be out of context. And I said this, and everybody thought I was crazy when I said it.
Okay.
And this was a few years ago.
But if you say something out of context, you do look crazy.
Well, it's not out of, I mean, this is how I said it, and I'm going to tell you how I meant it.
Okay.
You remember in the era of the mixed tag team challenge that WWE was doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I said Braun Strowman could be the next Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Does that sound crazy?
I would ask, in what way?
Well, yeah, but I say that and you're thinking Dave's lost his mind because Braun Strowman has never shown me. Well, here's the thing is that Braun Strowman was doing the thing with Alexa Bliss,
Right.
showing character.
Mm-hmm.
He was also there's a video of him walking around the city dressed like Elf. He's got the charisma. He's got the personality.
And
They
he's got a
could
new
have
TV
built
show too.
well, yeah, I mean, he's going to be really great on this TV show where he's eating everything on the menu. But what I'm saying back then, I saw that he wasn't just out there with the whites. He actually had shown an outstanding personality. And I thought you could take this guy and he's already big and he could you could have made him. I'm not saying that he was Hulk Hogan. There's only one.
Right.
But he had that potential as a big man that you could have gave him a bigger personality and showed more on camera of what he could do. Because it's stuff that they were showing with the mixed tag team challenge. Everybody was convinced that him and Alexa Bliss loved each other.
Right.
So I'm just saying that, but if I just made the blanket statement that Braun Strowman could be the next Hulk Hogan, there was nothing you would have had to known about all of his little outside projects that were showing all of this personality. He even does it on his social media, like doing a video where he's like looking at his muscles and stuff and pulling his shirt up in a car window, and there's somebody inside the car window filming, and he can't see them through the tinted glass.
Right.
And they roll the window down. He's like, oh, and he just walks off. I mean, he's damn entertaining.
Right.
But you could have put him in that type of role back then. He was so much more than just the big guy with Bray Wyatt.
100%.
So it's not fair when you start comparing the talent of tomorrow to the legends, because like it's like saying Hangman Adam Page is the next Stone Cold Steve Austin. Everybody's like, you gotta be out of your fucking mind. Excuse my French. But it's because also we remember the legends through nostalgic eyes being actually we remember them being greater than they actually were at the time.
Oh, definitely. we all know my love of the 80s. Well, I was 10 and 12, like what I can tell now is completely different than what, how I felt back then when you were just excited to see things. So, 100% what you're saying there.
So, I mean, Moxley's not my cup of tea.
Right.
But I want to see what's going on in the ropes, between the ropes. I don't care if you might use a foreign object every now and then, like MJF puts on the ring. Or El Grande Americano loads up the mask, or the grappler loads the boot. Or, I mean, I don't have a problem with a foreign object, or like Jerry Lawler used to use keep the little chain that he'd wrap around his fist.
Right.
It's when we start using all these weapons that have absolutely nothing to do with the wrestling ring.
Like a fishbowl. No.
A fishbowl, a kitchen sink. You got a board that's got barbed wire that you got it up under the ring because we got to have a barbed wire table. There's just like, I want to see a Texas death match. Like, here's your homework, y'all. Go to the go to Peacock, go to Territories, go to World Class, and find their Thanksgiving show from 1984. You're probably going to be looking at the 1st of December of 84 episode, maybe the end of November, 1st of December. But you look at the description, and it's going to have Terry Gordy versus Killer Khan in a Texas death match. Kerry Von Erich, special guest referee.
Oh.
It was a Texas death match.
Right.
It wasn't tables, ladders, chairs, barbed wire, glass, thumbtacks, your mom's diaphragm, all this other
Lord.
bullshit. Nobody got hit by a car. Terry Gordy and Killer Khan beat the compound shit out of each other. Terry Gordy was a mess, but they fought with things that were around in the ring. It was in the ring.
Right.
And I'm just telling you, that's what a Texas death match should be. They told a story without having, they had a personal conflict. Go watch the Magnum TA Tully Blanchard I Quit match from Starrcade of 85 if you haven't seen it. It'll change the way you watch cage matches. It'll change the way you watch cage matches. It'll change the way you watch I Quit matches, because it ended just like it needed to. The Stone Cold I Quit match with Bret Hart. This just fell short. And what's old is new. And I know that AEW knows how to use the old stuff into the new stuff. Tony Storm is an example of that. Tony Storm is due, and it's graduated now. She's took it to another level. But Tony Storm got really popular when she took a bit from the Carol Burnett show from the 70s, a 50-year-old comedy bit.
Definitely.
All the way down to making Luther the Harvey Korman Max character. But you can go, and what's old can be new again.
100%.
But
if it's entertaining, people that's why we're watching it, to be entertained. And again, there are certain levels. We, as maybe the older folks in the 45 and 54, whatever the age group is, I am not entertained by Darby Allin getting put in a fishbowl.
I'm not entertained by
some people are, and that's fine. That's fine.
I'm not entertained by him being thrown across the arena. I mean,
I'm not either. Because I feel like that mother in me comes out. And
I think that the end of this match, the winning with the Scorpion.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to win with the Scorpion, then it needed to be where Moxley couldn't respond.
Right.
Maybe you took that baseball bat and you beat the living crap out of him. Then you put the Scorpion on to add injury to insult, because Sting came out to help him.
Right. He passed out kind of
thing. And then Mox was just out, and the referee had to stop it because he could. I'm not saying that. I mean, Darby could win, but you had to make it believable.
Right.
And
that was
or at some point the referee had to save Darby from himself, because he's just so small. I mean, he's just so small.
That's very true.
I mean, I don't know. That's just.
And I do, going back just real quickly to Ray.
But the fans, like Coach Keith said, the fans were into it. That's all that matters. Is, and even Bruce Pritchard says it. And it's not what they talk about online. The crowd is your focus group. And if everybody like after the fact now, 3 years later, people crap on Ric Flair's last match, but there was nobody in that arena that hated it. Everybody there had a great time.
And I don't think the people who crap on it were not there. Like, I think the people that were still there, right? The people that were there,
they saw clips.
We liked it. It just was what it was.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry. Yeah.
Attempted murder is not professional wrestling.
I think it's weird when you start bringing things that, like I said, I was sitting there thinking about it. Okay, we throw people through tables. That definitely could hurt somebody, or the announce tables. It's weird when you have something. I think that's where people get a little bit like, this is weird. When you bring things that are not, like a fish tank, like that's not going to be ringside.
Glass.
Yeah, just, light tubes. I'm not really,
I hate light tubes
on that kind of stuff.
I hate light tubes. You will never convince me there's ever a time that a light tube in a wrestling ring. I don't like deathmatch wrestling.
No, I don't either.
I don't. I'm not impressed.
Blood.
I'm not impressed because you could. I mean, to me, it's not supposed to hurt. It's supposed to look like it hurts. So,
Right.
so if you're doing all that, I mean, I don't ever want to see anybody get hurt for real. So when one of them deathmatch guys is in a hospital and he can't pay his medical bills because, and Andrew says hypodermic needles, that we already talked about that, but
Yeah, that was
but
weird.
no, deathmatch wrestling does not impress me at all. And some people like it, and if that's what you like, that's what you like. But I don't. I think it's more of a talent for you to get in there and make me believe it. Make me believe it. Work me in the ring.
Well, I mean,
Make me believe it. But I mean,
and Strickland did burn his house down, right? Did Strickland burn
they
Hangman's
love
house?
fire. They're
I mean,
pyromaniacs in AEW.
I do
But
not care for the flamethrower because I think that's dangerous in the ring. Like the building. Like that just to me is just like, oh my
but
God. I've
but the
seen too
virtue
many.
signaling and the fake outrage that AEW is the kids are going to get hurt for watching this. I mean, if you had to pay $40 for it and it'd be on HBO or $50 on it on Amazon, but the kids that you're worried about doing this stuff, they didn't pay for it. They didn't pay for it themselves. The parents had to do it, and the parents had to get them on this platform. And
That's true. That's a very true statement. It wasn't like it was on free TV. Like we
right,
really had to work hard.
this is on the parents. This is on the parents. This isn't on AEW.
Right.
So the answer to my question is: does AEW go too far? No, they don't. It's all about personal preference.
That's what I was going to say.
And if this was on free TV, where anybody could get it, then maybe.
Right.
But behind making a sizable, I mean, this ain't like you're paying $10 a month on Peacock to watch it.
Right.
I mean, so if you're a parent and you threw $50 down to let your kids watch this and you didn't know nothing about it, that's on you. My parents bought me a Richard Pryor album when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was too little to have it. And then when I asked questions about some of the things I heard, they realized that they had made a mistake. This wasn't Richard Pryor that was doing counting on Sesame Street, making guest shots on the CBS variety shows.
Right.
This was a raw ass nightclub act that a 10-year-old didn't have no business listening to.
That's funny.
And that was on them. So there we go.
Can I show you something that I got this week?
Of course you can.
Okay, let me show you. Are we done? I want to make sure. We went over all the matches and stuff, so I just want to make sure. Okay, hold on. Ooh. Okay, so a lady that I work with I can't remember what she said now, is she was cleaning out of her dad's rental. I think it maybe like where someone lived and he was renting it. And she came across this. Can you see it?
Hang on, I'm giving you the screen.
Okay, thank you. She came across this shirt. And on the back, it has, this is obviously the Omega promotion that the Hardy Boys and Shane Helms had. And they have everybody listed on the back. Oh, sorry, can't. As you can see everybody that it's kind of cool seeing everybody on here on this shirt. If you could tell, it has Matt and
Matt, Jeff, and I'm
Hardy.
pretty sure that's the Hurricane.
You think so? It looks, yeah. Well, this is the only one I'm not 100% sure about. But
yeah,
if anybody knows them and wants to say, hey, I got this
it kind of looks like
cool.
like my Hurricane autograph, though.
You think so? Because I looked at the back of the shirt, I was trying to figure out. To me, this looks like an R.
I know. I kind of look,
or a P.
That looks like Ray Fury, but it's not.
Yeah, or a P, and I can't looking at the back of the shirt, trying to find a P
but Omega is the promotion that's owned by the Hardys and
right.
and the Hurricane.
But if anybody knows any history about this shirt, like when they might have sold it or anything, she didn't know anything. She said it was in a case that had been smashed up, so I don't really know exactly what happened. And she was like, "Take it." And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. But I'd love to learn some more about it. So if anybody knows or can tag, or if anybody knows Jeff or Matt.
Well, that's definitely Jeff and Matt's autograph. And that's neat that he signed it. Because that's Matt V1.
Yes.
And that's definitely Jeff's. I mean,
that's when he was Willow.
I'll post that shirt and I'll tag Shane and see if he'll answer, because he'll normally answer me.
Yes, please do, because I'd be really curious to know more about it. I just, like I said, she just found it.
But it seems like the three founders. It seemed like the three founders would be the autograph on it.
Yeah, me too. Like I said, and I don't know anything about it. I don't know if they bought it at a show. I don't really know where it came from, but that was like an awesome surprise. I had no idea, but it's good to be the wrestling fan in your area. When I'm like the only one. So
all right. Let's talk about mark out moments. Hopefully you're watching us right now. Mark out moments. If you're watching us on Kick or Twitch or Facebook or X, go to markoutmoments.net. Come on, check out our channel on YouTube. Got a lot of cool things going on YouTube. Under the Mark Out Moments banner.
100%.
TNA Top 10. They go live on Sunday nights. They talk about football. They talk about the baseball. They have they talk about the wrestling. Allison Faye, T-Weave, Andrew. They do a great job on this. It's a lot of fun. They're going to do top 10 movie villains. That poll should be up. That's what their next topic's going to be.
Who was your top? Who did you have as the number one baseball?
Pete Rose,
nickname?
Charlie Hustle.
Charlie Hustle. Did you know there was a big unit and a big sexy and a big papa and a big hurt? Did you know that those were baseball players? I did not. I learned.
Yeah, I think it's funny that the big unit's last name is Johnson. Hey, speaking of him, he was doing an autograph signing, and he will not sign jerseys.
Why not?
Because he donates autographed jerseys to charities, and it makes them worth more if they're only done for special occasions and not all. So he won't sign them at signings because that's his thing for charities. Because he thinks that it increases the value.
Right. And
makes it more an exclusive item that they can raise money for good causes that way.
That's awesome. Good for him.
So. Drunken Pop. These boys, they're your pop culture hookup.
Mm-hmm.
They pick a year, they pick a month, and they'll drill down on it with movies, pop culture stuff. I don't have to break it down for you. If you don't know what pop culture is, it's the things of the day. It's the news. It's the historical events. It's your television, your movies, your music, your sports. And
Taya Valkyrie's birthday. Well, happy birthday.
I've refereed for Taya Valkyrie. I've raised her hand in victory.
Ooh.
At the Wrestling Showcase.
That was fun. I'm sitting here looking at that poster right now.
Me too. It's right over there.
Yeah, I've got it hanging up.
All right. Footballers. Coming up at the top of the hour right here on Mark Out Moments.
Want to make some money, right?
We get together, we do picks, and sometimes we look like we really know what we're doing, and sometimes we don't. I went 3-3 this past week. We picked 6 games. We picked the game of the week that's going to be on game day.
Mm-hmm.
I was really close. I could have been 5-1 only one of the games I was way off on.
Was that
Ole Miss got me by half a point. Oh.
What about Vanderbilt and LSU? Was that this week or last? Was that last week?
That was last weekend.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're always going to bet against LSU, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when it comes to the thrill of victory or the agony of defeat, I really enjoy the agony of defeat when it's on LSU. Show me more of the crowd. Show me more of the crowd with that disgusted look on their face. Footballers. The question mark with Efren. You can catch that on ad-free shows, Podcast Heat. he just got 20 questions. He's had Brian Cage on. He's had Josh Chernoff. He's had Lacey Traylor, the Big Boss Man's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
He's had Big Ben Bishop's been on. He does a great job on that show.
Did he have David Sahadi?
David Sahadi.
He'd had him on. And the questions are great. They're not usual questions. They're very unusual, but they're great questions.
Yeah. Spanning the Globe. They go live on Thursday nights. If you're into wrestling belts, those boys do a good job over on Facebook and here on YouTube.
100%.
The Double Drop Kick podcast on the DAV Network. Catch us this Saturday night. Yours truly. We are going to talk about my 20 years in the wrestling business.
Awesome.
Kevin asked me if I would do this. I said yes, I would, and
I love talking to Kevin. He's so fun.
Oh,
You're gonna have a great time.
So we're gonna do this. It'll be on Saturday night on Facebook and here on YouTube. So I would be very, very appreciative if y'all to drop in and check that out.
Heck yeah. What time did you say? I'm sorry.
7 o'clock.
Is that Eastern or
7?
Is that
no
Central?
7 our time?
7 Central. Okay. Because he's Eastern, so that's why I was asking.
Well, now you got me.
Well, I mean, he's Eastern time. Just double check with him. I don't know.
Uh, 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central.
Okay, so you were right. You had the math right. Very good. Yeah. Very good.
Anyway,
I'm ready to kind of go lay down. I had a medical procedure today, and it's taken a lot out of me. And I had some blown veins, and so everything hurts. So, but everything
sucks.
It does suck, man. You're not kidding.
All right. Well,
it all came back fairly okay. I do have an ulcer, so which I could have told you, right?
Can always be worse.
It can definitely always be worse. Definitely.
Well, we want to thank everybody that's joined us tonight. Hopefully, some of y'all will be back at 8 o'clock, top of the hour, for footballers.
Make you some money. They're going to give you some good tips.
Yeah.
Depends on who you listen to.
Yeah, don't bet the house on anything I say. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Don't bet huge. Don't bet money you can't lose. How about that? Right.
Yeah. We've had fun tonight. We thank every one of y'all for joining us. We know you have a choice how to spend your evening, and we're glad that you spent it with us talking wrestling with Pondwater and Amy. We'll see you next time here on Mark Out Moments Network. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.